when they actually go in for these sort of bans, they're leaving a lot of OP picks. So it's forcing Axis Esports to either take out the barrier as well, or RSG will secure that in the first pick.
I don't think it's the right choice to let RSG have the Valor. Should ban it, but then leaves them with Cho, leaves them with Grok, leaves them with possibly
Kufra.
Now Kufra's banned.
Kufra's gone.
But a lot of OP heroes, yeah.
Kaja will be opened up as well, so I'm really looking forward to see where that will be played. And
your
true
team
enough,
is
that Valor's
picking.
going to be axed out anyway, so RSG here, they're possibly going to go in for those sort of picks that we did mention.
Yeah, but always remember the fact that we mentioned this as well. Red side has an advantage of being 2 heroes after this. So even if they pick Export now,
your
Grok,
team
Cho,
is
Kaja,
picking.
all these heroes are open, but are they going to pick it?
Well, the Gushan is still up for grabs as well. That's a hero that we actually kind of forgotten. But if, let's say, Axis Esports is a little bit afraid of the Gushan pick here, if they pick up a Lolita, we know how all these teams love those kind of creep clearing heroes, right? Grok is amazing, Harissa is amazing, Export is in that kind of situation. So if you force that hero to actually pick the Lolita, you can't creep clear. You
but
can
I'm
defend
going to
against
say that it's not really a sort of a first priority. If you really want to go for the Gushan so early, you can still be countered in many sort of forms. So we're looking at Axis Esports here, of course, prioritizing the initiators, the tanks, the heavy hitters in the front line. So I like what I'm seeing from the side of Axis. Though they did ban out the Valor, they still get a little bit more. Now, Export plus Kimi here. It's going to be pretty tough for them to actually catch that Kimi. So Axis needs to find a way to answer that. So you talk about that high win rate. Yep, they're going to bring back that Tamus as well for us.
Yeah, Sana Samus has just been, quite consistent. It's not like, the playmaker necessarily, but he's just helping out the team so much, and they just want to secure it because this is their second game. They could just win this one and move on into the lower brackets.
Yeah, it feels like the Tamus has been doing a lot of pressure here, and I feel like Resurgence may consider playing the exact same strategy for game number 1, and Axis Esports, they don't exactly want to have that possible. Like, they have to go out in the front lines, is amazing. The Kaja can actually pick up the key relatively easily as well, but seems to me the Gushan pickup here is going to be from the side of Axis Esports, so I won't be surprised to see the Lolita pickup, but I'm worried here. Who's going to be doing the creep clear? Do they force a Terisla and Lolita in the last phase? But they need a mage right now from the side of Resurgence.
Now, Resurgence can even take out Granger because Axis Esports have been using that Granger a whole lot. But last game, yep, they may have gotten that Granger, but they haven't really secured all too much. There's going to be Kimi up for grabs, even if they ban out that Granger anyways. So Resurgence
Kimi is already taken.
Yeah, Kimi is taken.
Yeah, Kimi is taken, but I'm talking about Carry here. That's possibly going to be a really great pick.
We didn't see Carry today.
Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty great.
Yeah, banning game number 1, but she
brings
so much to the table. Helker, they don't want that. They don't want that Helker. They don't want those Helker.
Well, they may actually pull the Hayabusa here, just because the Export doesn't really fare well against Hayabusa. Same goes for the Tamus as well. So in this case, the split push potential, Axis may consider fighting that just because they open things up here from Sun Resurgence. They show the Export, they show the Tamus. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tank Export once again. So it's going to be Aeon playing it later on, but now the question is, what kind of tanks do they ban? Like, Axis Esports, they may consider banning off the Akai, or
could be
do they ban off one more mage?
Or they could even take out the Rizla, but then again, I would say I would opt to actually ban out the mage instead, but instead,
Chow
we forget about Chow?
Yeah, like we just let it slide casually for some reason, and Axis Esports found that sort of loophole. It says, okay, you guys will not be able to get that in terms of securing that for the forms of Aeon.
Honestly speaking, I'm surprised they actually banned the Cho, just because Resurgence has already showed their cards, right? Tamus, Export, why would they have a Cho as a tank? Like, that's just... Who's going to be in the front lines? I'm worried because someone's got to protect the Kimi from side Resurgence. And I'm really surprised they actually banned the Cho from side Axis Esports.
Now we're looking at Axis once again on that Granger as well. There's still a whole lot on the line, and Resurgence, they could not even afford that sort of slip up to give an equalizer for Axis Esports, and they're looking to perhaps pick up this Lunox here. Lunox, pretty safe pick, I would say, and it's a lot of those magical damage output coming from the side of RSG as well.
What do you guys think about a Hylos or a Franco maybe?
A Hylos would be great. It actually helps the Tamos come out online, but yeah, the Archive pick, you know, I'm surprised they did not ban it from Access Esports because the Cho, why would they do it? But Resurgence, the shadowing pick.
Are we seeing this?
No
First
way.
T-Grill of the playoffs?
No way.
I would like that.
No way.
Franco.
No way. It's Archive for sure.
Come on, man. Actually,
Mr. V.
I would have liked the T-Grill though.
Lunax.
I would have liked it, but it's so
Your
hard to
team
catch any
is
of them,
picking.
so it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
it's pretty tough, and you know how slow-moving he is, so it's might as well you just go into pick on the Terizla, which is a little bit of a better form of Tigreal in a sense. And now, Mr. V on that Archive, we've seen him play this before. He's got some great ratios on it, and now Rin with the very final pick here. We've already got the Gushin, we've already got the Granger, so perhaps, who knows, Franco wouldn't be all too bad, but when you have the Akai, it should not be picked at all. So Access Esports, perhaps another assassin on board?
Well, they have to play the offlaner here. Like Hayabusa up for grabs. Badang again is going to be fine. Terrorista is okay, but they oh wow. Wait, what?
I don't mind this Angela here, but then again, they're switching it up for that Niggy. So that's going to be trying to negate all these sort of lockdown that's coming in from the side of Resurgence. But now we're seeing the draft completed. Who are you favoring here? I see maybe 1-2.
Honestly, I like Resurgence draft more, but just because they don't have the main tanks here, but Access Esports may actually win this here. But as of now, let's take a look at M1.
Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Here we are in the lower bracket matchup between Resurgence versus Access Esports here. 1 point up will be RSG, and they're looking to meet against EVOS Esports once more. Now, we're seeing Mr. B moving across the river, while EvilX already soaking a little bit here, but I see Baby 1-2. Who are you favoring when it comes to this composition?
Honestly speaking, I'm favoring Resurgence here, but my money is on Scott's Diggy. He's Malaysia #1 Diggy till date, but will they actually pull this off? Because right now you can see Access Esports, they have so much variety. They're going to be playing a mage composition, and Resurgence, all they gotta do is just wait a little bit here and get those silent ropes up. And once those silent ropes up, Athena Shield and Oracle up, this is where Access Esports is going to struggle to find those kind of damage output.
Yeah, we see a lot of pressure over in the mid lane here coming in from the export as well. So it was a little bit of that back and forth here as they see that buff on the corner between two arrivals on the side of RSG. So on the side of Access, there's none at all. Do you feel like this is going to be a big factor for RSG in terms of splitting across the map?
Yeah, it definitely is. Just because they have the flexibility of Aeon and Sana who can actually switch up the roles a lot, but Aeon is going to get caught out here with 30 and he will get bursted down from the lab bombs.
Yeah, there's just no way out for him. He knows that he overcommitted, and he just walked back and say, okay, we're just going to give you this free kill in that sense. But Access Esports now pushing that wave towards the mid, and they're looking to secure the top side as well. So a lot of EXP distribution across. We'll see a little bit of that replay here on how Lone Master secured that one. Of course, courtesy of Black Shark.
Yeah, definitely here. Scott, you know, nice timings as well. We talked about how early aggression can be punished from the side of Diggy, and I feel like they picked the Diggy just to deal with the X or Aeon, and because that got the kill, and also for those reasons, they don't exactly need to commit as much heroes from the previous game as well. So Access Esports, they learn a little bit here, but this is their time to adapt to this weird draft that they have picked themselves, and to pull this off is not exactly an easy feat to do.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that it's not really the usual orthodox sort of trade-offs and composition, but I really like that Diggy coming in because of the Archive that could potentially lock down towards the wall, which is the main factor as to why Scott goes in for this sort of pick. EvilX is getting spotted out here, but there's eyes on that turtle already coming from the side of Resurgence, while Kaya possibly hitting level 4 pretty soon. And we're just going to see that whether or not can Lasset go in for that sort of catch. And EvilX walks into it, that trap. It will be 1 kill for the side of Resurgence.
Yeah, mistakes were made, but now Access Esports. Long is going to try and salvage his fight, but Resurgence is going to capitalize on this turtle for free just because they have to keep it to clear it really quickly.
but instead they use it as bait for the current time being. And for the bottom side, we see Kaya trying to hit those levels right. All of them are level 4 already, and Rin is going to be that main factor there to dive in the back line, trying to look for Abi, because if you were to commit to Lin, he's still got an Order of Brilliance, so there's a lot of safety for the side of Resurgence, and it will be a little bit hard for them to go for the dive.
Abi getting dive a little bit here, but EVOS is all by himself, no setup available. You can see Mr. B, he's gonna go for Hurricane Dance. No, wall charge come in, and they're gonna be fine. Axis Esports, they take some heat off from side of Resurgence, but on the top side, we see Sana still applying the split push potential. Axis Esports, they're trying to fight this against fire with fire, but unfortunate to say, seems to be Resurgence, they've got 2 steps ahead in this kind of gameplays.
Oh yeah, they're definitely ahead, and look at Mr. B, already in position, trying to go in for that Hurricane Dance, but you know, it's Lasted here with the flicker, with the Divine Judgment, just to punish him for overextending, and Sana all by himself, and here comes the rival coming in from AF as well. Insanity has been popped, and Low tries to actually bring it back. EVOS alongside Mr. B, 2 gigantic tanks alongside each other. That's going to be a little bit of that back and forth, but no casualties thus far.
Yeah, nicely done here coming from Axis Esports. And a little bit of slow purifier coming from Abi, but good attempt there by Resurgence. Aeon, 1 HP once again.
That was really close, and I would say one more out attack coming from the Gridger will be able to finish off that trick. But you know, they all knew how much damage that could be put it out, and Axis Esports now gets a little bit of that free turtle. So in terms of gold, they have balanced it out for the time being, but Resurgence here still have a little bit more of that sort of advantage as they can possibly pressurize the bottom side with Kaya being left alone.
Yeah, Resurgence right now, they've messed up a little bit here just because Abi got picked off. So they have to play a little bit passive here, try to drag out a couple more items. But Axis Esports, they want to actually go for the dive here.
From the back line.
It's going
to be Last Insanity being popped, and it's got to be run down low. They're focusing onto it slowly. Low turns it out around, and it's a 1-for-1 here coming from RSG as well as Axis. But now here comes the push. Scott could not defend any longer, while EVOS trying to soak as much as he can, but that tower is going to pop, so that's going to be 1 turret for each.
Well, I'm actually surprised here, like considering that Rin has already got the turtle buff and also the blue buff here. I'm surprised they did actually go for the kind of team fights here, just because they want to show a little bit of respect to what Resurgence can bring to the table. But I'm honestly surprised about that.
Yeah, I would say the same. Now, we're looking at a little bit of that itemization here. Bloodlust Axe has already been completed for the side of now Aeon getting himself clipped for a little bit. I don't think they should pick up this fight here, but here comes Mr. B trying to actually lend a little bit of help as Aeon recommit over on the Grok, but you know, Grok is a Grok. You don't really want to fully commit to that. Here we go.
Oh, that's going to be easy pickings here from the side of Resurgence here, taking down Lasted. Aeon forcing the insanity in that fight, but EVOS is going to try and solo kill this Lun, but Lun is a Lunox. He's got a Brilliance available. No follow-ups available from side of Axis Esports. Slowly but surely they're losing the effectiveness here. Rin still has a total bomb. Unfortunately, can't seem to find any kind of pickoff yet.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to even do all too much. Here comes the maximum charge, not really landing onto towards the side of Rin. Well, Mr. B just missed that shot as he called back in towards the base, but this is one more tower for his other Resurgence to take. Well, they can't regroup through submit, but here comes Axis Esports here, trying to go in for the pull. Does not connect though, but it's a wrap from the back. Great work coming in from the ground to seal the deal as Mr. B hops up. Aeon with the last insanity does not bring any members down from Axis Esports.
Nicely done there coming from Axis Esports here. They finally take down Abi for the second time, so this is going to buy them a little bit more time before the Kimi actually comes to line. But the hero that is not left unchecked here is actually currently Sana. He's still split pushing out top. Same push for Lun as well, who's not joined most of the team fights. And Axis Esports, they are worried about this, but at the same time, they still have the time to really worry about. But as of now, this is going to be a replay here by Blackshot himself.
Yeah, we saw some great reactions today from the members of Axis to actually went in for the wraparound. They punished all these members of Resurgence overextending, and after that fight, they got 2 fleeting times in Resurgence Last as well as Bloom.
And meanwhile, while the replay was actually happening here, you saw Axis Esports actually taking out Sana and Mr. B and Aeon.
That's
killing spree.
That's really rough for him. Like, he did not see that one coming, but look, he still wants to go for the kill. He managed to turn it around, but he's feeling smacked right in the middle of EVOS as well as Lasted. He can still do a little bit of damage, but there's not much left as we see him slowly going down to the ground.
Nicely done here from Axis Esports. They capitalized on this kill. They took off Aeon. They took off the rest of the team here. And Resurgence, they're splitting up their forces a little bit too much. And Axis Esports, they finally got the read here. But look at this. Look, he's finally come online. He's got the Todak. He's got 5 kills and also finally bought enough time to farm those jungle buffs here for the Machete.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised that Resurgence have had Obby caught up so many times in 3 deaths already, while Loom easily goes in for those death sonatas, get into those long range snipes, and eventually close things out against them as well. And Axis Esports now have that 6 kill lead as compared to what Resurgence had, but the goal is really not too different coming from this point.
Well, speaking of goals here, Resurgence, they're trying his best here. Aeon might get picked off. Now the Firagama is taken down, but missing the hook. And Mr. B with the Hurricane Dance. Immediate Divine Judgments. Obby won't get the kill. EVOS with the Mighty Swing almost takes down the Kimmy. And EVOS, he makes a run for it. Will he survive? Blood is there. Can he go for the final poke? But it seems to me they will back up instead.
They fell back because there is a push over in the mid lane. They need to regroup and restart as for this arrival in towards the mid side to stop this push. And they managed to save the turret just in time.
Nicely done there from Aeon, backing off. Recall instantly comes for the revival. But Axis Esports, they're still waiting for the camp. So you can see Rin still lying in wait here. He might actually pick up Mr. B in trouble. It's going to be
gonna leapfrog away, and a couple of shots have been landed, and looks like he will be pulling him back, but lucky enough, that's the last of Death Sonata being expended already. While the rest of Axis Esports, they desperately want to open up the mid lane, but they know that there's no minutes left, so they're just gonna take their sweet time. And now, first we'll get Kaya here, trying to go into catch Sana. Sana will be sprinting away, but he will still get caught nonetheless, as the kill will go in the hands of Rin.
Nice wrap around here coming from Axis Esports. Resurgence, they're not reacting in time. They're so worried about protecting Obby, and because of that, he leaves a lot of opening for Axis Esports to go for this kind of pick balls. And Lassid, fantastic catches overall in all the team fights.
Yeah, and now we're looking at Aeon here just guarding down the house of EVOS, but he's a little bit way too tanky. The mid lane will still fall with the hands of Kimmy, and we're looking at Mr. B trying to force this one out, but the depth of Nana will flip, and he goes unstoppable.
Mistakes were made. He tried to protect the creep waves here. Resurgence, they're trying to drink this into his late game. And Axis Esports, time journey finally expanded. Last Insanity there is coming from Aeon and EVOS. He might fall his way through. Last with the Divine Judgment, but misses the timing. Lund with the brilliance.
How on earth did Lund survive and still make it out with 1 kill in the back? And RSG, we see them pull this one out of nowhere.
The brilliance timing, the bait. He saw Lassid from afar, forces the flicker, baits him in the position, takes him out. But it's not over yet because they've gone for a 1-for-1 trade. Resurgence is still having their backs against the wall. They need to drag this game a little bit longer here to actually stand out with all this mage burst coming from Axis Esports.
So you got to be really careful about Rin in the late phase. Now we're already hitting the 11th minute mark. Wish we could actually see all these items, and thank you very much, directors, and camp consecrated energy already being finished up. And I'm looking at that sort of a shadow mask being built by Kaya. That's going to be that sort of a surprise attack coming in from Lassid. And now speaking of a surprise there, Mr. V is going to spot out EVOS, so no surprise for him. But will there be that Hurricane Dance coming out?
Yep, they are trying to bait a little bit movements here coming from Axis Esports, but Resurgence, they have to play this a little bit more carefully here. They've won a couple of small skirmishes, but at the same time, they're slowly but surely losing all these long-range objectives just because Long is slowly chipping all these towers here in Aeon.
Aeon all by himself now, finding EVOS being caught up in between, but EVOS is not being committed as they're looking for Scott. Immediately gets pushed back and pulled, and RZ, they want to force that sort of push, but Axis Esports, that's the flicker coming from Lassid, pins him down to the wall as well. That's the time journey coming out from Scott, and now they come into the fight with Gunners slamming down the tables upon that anchor, and the next one to fall will be the Akai as well. Axis Esports, they're right in the middle of that huge Sana. Sana will get one, and he's looking for the second. That's a double kill, but he will still fall nonetheless. Monster kill for the Granger as Obby trying to survive the win without a help left. But wow!
What a trade they're coming from Axis Esports here. The patience from Rin going for the wraparound. You saw how the baits are coming in, and Obby, he might look for another one, but still somehow survives it. And here it goes. No, Obby, what are you doing? You get taken down as well. Godlike for Loam.
He did not see that one at all. Look was still alive. Let's have a look into it. It's a replay brought to you by Black Shark.
Look at this. They baited this fight from the side of Axis Esports. Rin waited for all this commitment from Resurgence, came in from behind, take 2 members, and because of that, they were able to do out so much damage. But as the game progressed here, you call Sana came in for the picture, going for the wraparound and just finish up the rest of the team. But still, very, very close trade coming from both teams.
I just love how they group across that jungle as well. And Abi, out of everyone, he managed to get himself quite a distance and still deal so much of that damage output. He walked away with so many of those kills, and now we talk about those numbers on the Kimi. He was 0-3 at first. Now he's heading up to 5-4.
Yeah, I like how he actually switched up the Scorching One instead here, just to go a little bit more back, hybrid damage coming from the Kimi himself, and those max HP percentage is gonna slowly but surely tick into the later stage games, just because the Grok is in the picture. So it's nicely done.
That's right, and now Resurgence is slowly farming out. They can possibly create a little room over the top side, but cannot hang on for way too long. If they do overextend, that might just be them coming in over the mid lane here.
Oh, Mr. V, Hurricane Dance can't figure it out. Abi almost gets Divine Judgment. They are right in for Drive, and Rin goes to revive, and Last Insanity is there, going for the fight, but it's not over yet. But no, actually, these they're on full retreat. Here comes Sun from behind. The Darkness is there. The pure damage, but Rin, he somehow still survives. Aeon, a little bit small take here. Rin waiting for the cooldown, thinking about jumping,
and somehow it was still a 1-for-1 trade, but not any longer. Rin goes in for the commitment. There's too many members of Resurgence to stop him on his tracks. What was he thinking? Going for that commitment. He thought it was all safe and sound, where he can go in to snipe somebody away, but that Gusion overcommitted, and I felt Rin should not have done that at all.
Oh, he needed one more spell to take out the competition, but in that case here, it's going to be a tough year. But look at this, Sana getting pulped with those alarm bombs here. We talked about Scott being the Malaysian number one Diggy, and now Sana gets picked off all by his own.
That's a huge pick as well. They don't have the talent to actually commit to the fight. Now the Lord is underway, and Aeon right in between. That's going to be him getting taken up, and there goes Mr. V.
Legendary!
With a Hurricane Death, but they have given this Lord away to Axis Esports.
Oh no, a Resurgence made mistakes there, but still, the Diggy bomb is so annoying, giving so much information for their team to actually make a decision to pick on this fight. But Kaja seems to be one of the key factors here from side Resurgence that is having so much problem to work with. But look at this, the Lord will get taken down.
And of course, with this Lord coming out, it will be marching towards the top side. So Resurgence better yet extend this sort of wave push, because that's a fast wave on top. If they don't clear it by now, then Lord's going to march all the way in, and Axis Esports, they can try to find a way to split towards the mid lane as well as the bot, because the bot side has already been weak enough. It should be easy for them to break through.
Well, speaking of which, Resurgence, they have the Ice Queen one up on Abi, so a little bit more of a magical output here coming from Resurgence. But where's the physical damage output here from Resurgence? Because right now, they don't exactly have a lot of raw damage as compared to Axis Esports, who has just done so much into his later stage of the game. And right now, Hurricane Dance.
Hurricane Dance being utilized, and now that's going to be Divine Judgment into Mr. B. Well, there's a split towards the top side. RG members, they have to fall back. They have to give that tower away, but they need to clear the ward first. So, members of Axis, they're coming into this one, and they are dropping really low. Aeon game pulled back, and now Aeon will be the first one to fall in the hands of Low. Scott soaking way too much of that damage, as we see RG trading back and forth. Well, it's a little bit of that 1-for-1, but RG way too occupied into its clearing all this minutes, and they still have the mid lane as well as top left.
Winter Trunken up on Scott as well. This Diggy is going to be super hard to kill, and not to mention the range coming from Long. 11-1-6 right now, and this marksman is just doing so much raw damage.
That's
there.
it.
Oh, that's it.
That was sick. I didn't see what on earth is he just did, but members of Axis Esports run them down. This is a pure wipeout coming in for Axis, and this game is definitely over. Axis Esports will tie this victory and will bring this one to Game 3.
Now you see me, now you don't. Arrival is here. Come Aeon with the last insanity, but the wall blocks. Oh, he can't do anything at all.
Wow. look at that very final flicker and divine judgment. And he used the Shadow Mask as well to clutch one member's